The Elitist. Hello everyone, welcome. This is The Elitist, and I'm here to talk a little bit about Dragon Age Inquisition and my first thoughts. So first, I got this game for the Xbox One. Not that it matters that much. I mean, they're all going to be pretty much the same. I'm not going to talk too much about differences between the consoles, the PC version, yeah, whatever. This is all about how I think the game is and if it's even purchasable. Now, I won't actually tell you if it's purchasable, and I'm hoping that you come to this decision on your own. So, let's start. Let's do this. Okay, so, the first thing I want to mention is that you start the game, and the first thing you pretty much do is you do character customization, which is, it's actually not too bad. It's a lot of options. Your character doesn't look crappy or anything like that. I've been reading a lot of the forums and stuff and seeing that people are spending hours on the character customization. I mean, that's good. I'm glad that people enjoy it. So it's you can really make your character look like your own. So after you get out of character customization, you kind of go through a little tutorial type area and you learn with another character. You pretty much mainly control your character though. You learn, how the attacks work and your abilities, and so it's not too bad. It doesn't start off too slow. It's mostly story and text, but it really just gets you ready for the rest of the game. You'll be reading a lot. There's a lot of lore lying around, scrolls, notes, whatever. But so that's the beginning of the game is it's like all the beginning of the games. You got to get into it. It's beginning of anything, stories, anything. So, getting into the meat of the game, gameplay is fun. It consists of battles, which you can kind of control your character specifically, or you can pull up and do what they call a tactical camera, and you look down on the battlefield. Well, you can move it around, but usually looking down is easiest. And you can control what each character does while time is stopped. And then you can press a button and time will go forward. And at any time you can come out of it and control just one character. So you have a lot of different ways to play. Now that's combat. There's still other gameplay elements like searching and jumping and other little puzzles here and there. To be honest, I like to not be told what to do. I like doing whatever the hell I want to do next. I mean, obviously there's a point where you have to kind of be told, okay, well, the story goes this direction, but you don't have to do it. You can do something else. So it's nice. I really like exploring. I love being rewarded for exploring, because what other point is there to have a big open world and have all these crevices and mountains and areas, and there's just nothing in them? They look nice, but that's, it only goes so far. In this game, there's two things that it does. It rewards you, and then I'll talk about the other thing. The reward is that you do find stuff. You find notes, you find lore, you find, maybe you find extra enemies, maybe you find little items, you find resources, gatherables like iron ore or elf root. And the second thing it does is that the fact is that you're gathering lots of stuff, and it's going to be the same stuff like iron and elf root. And that's a thing people were having a problem with, is that it feels grindy because you need a lot of resources to do stuff. Stuff like upgrading your equipment, making potions. There might be other things. Like I said, I haven't gotten too far in the game. This is just halfway through day 2 that it's been out. But if maybe things were hidden a little more and less plentiful, and things didn't take so much, then it would feel a little bit more like a reward when I searched and found something off in the corner, where it's like, okay, you can either push through the game or you can get rewarded for taking your time. Now, either one works, but it does feel. I play MMOs. I play lots of games. I play all types of games, so it definitely does feel a little grindy. You're like, well, I need these things, so I'm gonna go out and search for them. I need 50 of them though. so I need to find 50. So it's just a game of walking around and looking for shit. Now that's not. Okay, so that's not bad for me. I really like that. I mean, I still feel rewarded. I'm having a good time. I like exploring. I usually don't explore in video games because lately there's been nothing there. But this game, at least I'm getting something, even if it's a little bit. So that's definitely a determining factor. So you got the combat and you got the exploration. There's quests and side quests and little. We'll group them all in the side quests because there's so many. So you've got the main missions, which there are a lot of, and you can kind of choose how you tackle them as you come up to them. The first couple quests, once you get out of the tutorial area, you kind of have to do first, but then you can kind of branch off here and there. It's a big war between mages and the Templar, so there's problems with that, and then there's this big explosion in the sky, and it's like this other realm type deal, and your character has something to do with it. I don't like ruining story, so I won't try not to talk about story very much in any of the videos. But so you've got like a lot of different ways to tackle stuff, so it's nice. You get a chance to choose what you want to do. And the side quests now, so these are side quests. Side quests are there's plenty of them. Now, they do start to feel a little similar. Mostly, it's tracking something down or tracking someone down and either getting it or killing them. That's really what it goes to. I mean, the story is nice, but like I said, they're side quests. You don't have to do them. And I know some people have problems with all that stuff, so I figure I'd mention them because they're all determining factors. So the side quests are a lot of fun so far that I've found. Of course, when my review comes out soon, this is just first impressions. When my review comes out, it'll be a little more apparent whether or not side quests actually deviate from killing or getting. And if they do enough to where, killing these people is a little more interesting, or getting these things is a little more interesting. Maybe social interactions between the characters get a little more interesting. Maybe you have more choice in little things, because it would be nice. Now I know the other Dragon Ages did it. I'm not worried about other ones. Right now I'm just focused on this. But I would like to feel like I had some effect on the world, even if it doesn't have anything to do with the main quest. I think it would be cool. Just, why not have that power? Why not put that in the side quests where it doesn't matter what you do, but you could have this family live, or this dude dies if you don't do this, or you have to choose between who lives. I don't know, just something fun, something that makes you feel like you're making a choice somewhere. That's a great feeling to try all these things and see what you would actually do in this situation. I mean, I know it's not as realistic, but still, you know what I mean. So, quest, side quest, combat, gathering. That's the meat of the game. The rest of the game is lore. There's a lot of lore. So read. I can't really spoil any of that for you because there's so friggin' much. I don't remember any of it. I specifically don't remember any of it. There's just a lot, and you can look at it in your little journal, which is nice. You constantly, everything you read. If you wait a second while you read it, it'll update, and it'll stay in your journal, and you can read it anytime. There's just lots and lots of lore, just like in the other games. But there's a ton of lore. And I do really enjoy it. I mean, it's nice to be able to flesh out a story, see what else there is, especially if you're interested in it. If you're not interested, you don't have to read them. I just, sometimes I'm like, well, I don't want to read this right now. I'll read this later. Click on it. Wait a second. It says Codex updated. Click. Okay, go. I'm doing something else now. I'm in the middle of fighting or doing this. So you can kind of pick and choose when you read the lore. I recommend always looking at it though. The characters are fun. They all kind of have personalities. I think some of them are a little. The voices are a little silly to me. Some of the main character voices are. I don't know. I just feel like people don't speak like that in real life, or wouldn't. Or their accent just doesn't seem correct, they should have just gotten a person with that accent and done it. Because honestly, if someone's speaking in an accent, it's hard to emulate that. I mean, there's some people who can, but also they want good voice actors, but in real life, there aren't a million good voice actors. You know what I mean? I feel like sometimes having the accent is important, but then having the awkwardness of the person or someone who doesn't do voice acting or who doesn't do it well, I mean, why would you not want that? I mean, you want to be realistic. You want it to feel like that person is real. They don't always have to sound professional, like super professional. I mean, you can get it to sound more realistic and feel like you'd actually be there. I don't know, but that's my opinion. Not that it ruins the game for me. It's just I feel like some of them are a little odd. Otherwise, they did a great job. You know, the characters all speak well. They haven't really made any weird decisions. And with social interactions, you get a lot of social interactions with the characters, just like in the other games. Little wheel, choose stuff. You have, you know, emotional responses and angry and all this stuff, and people like you, dislike you. So that's nothing new. But everything is voiced. Everything is voiced, and I'm pretty surprised at how much is voiced in this game. So I do understand that they needed a lot of voice actors and voice actors who will do a lot. So I'm impressed. I like it. So those are really the biggest things are part of this game. And the social interactions and the lore are a little less so much so far than the side quest searching and such. So as it gets further, I'll do a review. It'll be a little bit easier to tell. But right now, I really do enjoy the game. Oh yeah, one more thing, graphics. The graphics are really nice. I think they did a good job. Some of the characters have awkward animations. Their structure looks weird. Some of the rocks in the game look fake, or like they look built, perfectly built. And that's obvious. But you know, the rest of the game looks pretty nice. The game runs solid. You know, runs pretty well for being open world with pretty nice looking graphics. I know this is probably just a really nice upscale from the older systems, because they do have the game for the older systems. But you know, whatever. I'm enjoying it. It'll come to a point where the games are being produced specifically for these new systems, and it'll look better. I'm not gonna be picky because I'm enjoying it. Really, that's for me. Gameplay is the biggest deal. Just so you know, I mean that's helpful to know too. People who review stuff, gameplay is very important, and I've been enjoying it. The combat is challenging. You know, I'm on Nightmare, and it's, you know, it's pretty difficult. So thank you all for listening to my first impression. I know I didn't cover everything. I just wanted to kind of look at the base. I know it's like 13 minutes in, but I just want to cover like the base of the game. If you're looking to buy, I would, if you're thinking, man, should I or shouldn't I would at the very least rent, because this video should not be your determining factor. This should help you make your decision, but it shouldn't be like, oh, that guy said it's good, well then it's obviously good. No, yeah, take the time, rent the game. It's cheap to rent games. GameFly, you know, your local game renting store. Or if you have a friend who's got it, go watch him play it for a minute, just to see what they've got. You know, make the decision for yourself. So, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Just kind of wanted to help out. But if you want my opinion, I really like the game. It looks like it's going to be great. 7, 8, 9 hours in, I'm having a good time. It's supposed to be a terribly long game, like 200 hours doing all the side quests as well. You know, 100 just regular. But it's great. So, thank you, everyone. Have a good night, and I hope you enjoy gaming.